Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of ABG, Asian Boss Girl, a podcast for the modern-day Asian American woman. My name is Helen.
I'm Janet. And I'm Mel.
So in Season 1, Episodes 7 and 3, we talked about Asian beauty standards and the pressures we feel as Asian American women, having fair skin, long dark hair, and to be thin. And also we had Episode 3 talking about wax on, wax off, and grooming down there.
Ouch.
We've since received a lot of feedback and comments from a lot of actually younger girls that see us as their older sisters, which I think is a really cool term to be given. Nice, yeah. That was a consistent comment that we've received back, so thank you for that. So specific topics that a lot of people ask for is on hairstyles and also skincare, which for us has changed, throughout our 20s. And now that we're I turned 30. I don't know if that
was...
Miss
Helen, cross the
bridge. Cross the bridge, guys. I'm in my 30s now. But yeah, skincare does matter a lot more now in this month. So let's start off by talking about Asian beauty products, which has actually become like a huge thing in, I feel like, the past few years, especially maybe with social media.
Yes.
That it's been spreading a lot. There are these like 10-step routines that a lot of people do. I didn't know about any of this when I was in my 20s. I think I put on Aveeno was super expensive from CVS, and I would get that and be like, ooh, I'm taking care of my skin.
Or Olay.
Olay,
yeah.
Olay is good.
Olay smells really good.
Is that what you use, Mel?
I use anything my mom gives me. I still don't know the 10-step process for skin. So you guys are going to educate me on this episode.
So let's go through our skincare routine. Mel, what do you do? Do you just slather on your mom's lotion?
So I always wash my face at night when I shower, and then I always put on moisturizer. And I do the same thing in the morning. And that's
But you also face mask.
To be honest, I think face mask for me, it's more like when you eat chips when you watch TV. It's just like another little side activity for fun.
But how frequently do you use face masks? So once a week?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a routine for me. It's more like,
gotcha.
Oh my God, I feel like I want to take my lounging to a next level, and then face mask is the way I would do it.
I see. So it's less a part of your face care routine as it is a part of your chilling out and relaxing.
Exactly. But I guess one thing I do use face masks for, it's when it gets really, really dry. It does help me give me extra moisture, but that's about it.
I think a lot of people actually put on face masks when they're on an airplane.
Yeah, that's the best.
Okay,
because you dry out a lot on the airplane. Yeah.
But I noticed, because I follow some beauty vloggers, they only do it when they're sitting in first class, because that's you're sitting in, because you have your own little cubicle. No one's gonna see you if you're in economy.
And you're like, I'm just gonna whip out this thing and put it on.
Or you put it on, you just face the window. You have a window seat the whole time.
But then you have to use the restroom. Excuse me. But I think for face masks, it's from a lounging perspective, it's really fun, but it does prevent you from eating. But snacking, it's hard.
I can just imagine you sticking one hot Cheeto into your mouth, in the little hole, and then you miss, and it's just on your face, oops.
I mean, that definitely has happened. But for you ladies, you guys, is face mask part of your your 10-step skin routine? Because I don't know.
I don't have 10 steps, probably more 3 or 4. But I would have to say, so that's more recent. In my 20s, I would sleep in my makeup. I would sometimes wash my face, sometimes not. Really bad, don't recommend.
So what do you use? So I think I've looked this up on Google. Mm-hmm. The first part of the 10-step process is makeup remover and oil cleanser. Do you do that?
I do not use an oil cleanser, although I read recently that's become a really hot trend to use natural oils to remove the makeup.
Right.
I do use face oil that I've discovered, very basic vitamin E oil from Trader Joe's, but more as a moisturizer.
Do you do that after you cleanse your face?
Yeah, so first step is removing the makeup. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if I get lazy, I just combine that with the cleansing, and I'll just use the cleanser and remove it all. Mm-hmm. But now there's have you guys heard of, I think Garnier and L'Oreal both have these the cleansing water. So you take it, and I'll do one round to remove all the makeup and the second round to clean my face. Okay. So it's just it's water.
So you use that for both steps? That water
Yes,
thing.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do one round with one cotton to remove the makeup, and then the second round to like hydrate and moisturize. And then I might also just put a little bit of water to rinse it off and then dry.
So I think actually you do the right thing. So there's this like whole double cleansing thing where
Oh.
you use, I guess you don't use oil cleanser, but you're supposed to use oil cleanser and then a water-based cleanser to take off all of the
oil.
residue and impurities from the oil. So that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh my. Wait, I already feel like I combined
Oh.
both makeup removing and cleansing in one.
And usually they're supposed to be separate.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to take off the makeup and then you do the cleaning.
And then clean it
Yeah.
after.
Is that what you do, Helen?
I actually don't use a makeup remover. I have this I got it from Amazon. So when I first moved to LA from Boston, my face broke out like cystic acne, like it was disgusting
the
and
change
terrible.
in climate.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what it is in the air. Maybe it's also a little more polluted over here.
Yeah. Well,
A little lot.
LA.
I can like stare into the sun right now, actually. So I got like an acne cleanser from Amazon, and that helped a lot. But I noticed that it also took away my makeup. So I would use that, and also an exfoliator. So I use a Clarisonic every night to
Oh,
sort
my
of
friend uses that.
Dang,
take
really?
out all the.
Clarisonic is really good because it gets into the nitty gritty. Like I've noticed my friend when she started using it, her pores looked tighter.
Dang, how close are you to her face to see her pores? How big are her pores?
Is it a girl or a guy?
I've also found something that you both have to buy, and everyone else. I'm like advertising this right now. It's called Cure Gel, and it's like the #1 selling exfoliator in Japan. I think they sell like a bottle every 12 seconds or something like that. But you put it on your face on dry skin, and you actually feel dead skin coming off.
Oh,
your
I feel
face.
like I've seen a video for this or something.
Yeah. And I can't tell if it's actually just like the gel formula that's like rolling up into little balls, but I
right.
think it's my skin because afterwards it's like a baby's butt on your face.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Sometimes-
I mean, you know. That's nice. Wait, so Helen, you said you use your acne wash to remove your makeup and cleanse your face?
Yeah.
Because she found that it also removed the makeup. So
does.
one less step you have to do.
Right.
Wait, but don't, because I'm looking at Helen right now. You also have eyelash extensions. Don't
Right.
you use like oil-free remover to remove
Yeah,
your
what are your
eyeshadow?
tips on removing makeup with eyelash extensions? I'm sure this is probably a common thing for a lot of women now since that's become, you know, like how do you care for
So
that?
yeah, I can't take my Clarisonic and like rub it all over my eyes.
Yeah.
Shave off your lashes.
So I have to use that and put like around my eye area. I usually do that in the shower. And then after I come out, I have a toner that sort of acts like another layer of cleansing.
Yes.
And I'll use that toner on just a cotton pad, and I'll put it all around my face and then also around my eyes, and that's when I get the eye makeup off.
Oh, got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you use the toner to remove.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the second step. Before the wrinkle cream, I use toner. And I found a really good, because you know there's like alcohol-based ones and non-alcohol. So the alcohol ones tend to dry out your skin more.
Yep.
So I found this it's like a rose water or something. Okay, so the toner, it's Thayer's Witch Hazel, and the rose petal smells really good. Yeah.
Okay. I use the Sun and Park toner. That one's good.
Dang. I don't know what it is. My mom gave it to me as a sample. I think for me, like, I know, like, what a toner kind of is, but it's more like, what is the purpose of these products?
Right. So after you wash your skin is like dry, right? You need a toner to sort of like rehydrate your skin so that think of it as like a sponge, right? If it's a dry sponge, if your face is a dry sponge, it's not going to absorb as much water. But if it's like a wet sponge, then it's going to absorb all of the lotions.
that's
and all
A
the
very
stuff you put on
good
top.
analogy or way to put it. Yeah.
Dang, Helen. Okay, so after toner, do you guys have anything else you guys do after that?
Janet, do you use Essence?
I don't know. What is Essence?
So I think Essence is kind of like a toner and a serum hybrid. So it aids in skin repair and cell turnover, so it's skin regeneration to give you like a brighter face. It also targets your wrinkles and fine lines and dull and uneven skin tones.
So maybe I should be using Essence and not wrinkle cream.
Maybe you should both, like, double protection. Wait, time out. So, do you use Essence?
I do.
Do you know why you use it?
Now I do. But there's one from SK2 that's really good. Essence is also super expensive.
It's so expensive.
That's what I think it's the one that's like, or anything that's called a serum, you know, it's going to be like high potent and very pricey.
SK2 is known for their Essence, though. I think was it with you when we bought it in Taiwan, or?
Yes. Yeah, I bought it for my sister too.
Yeah.
But it has, I don't know if it's because of my Amazon acne face wash or it's because of this extra like essence on top of toner and everything that my face did clear up.
Oh, nice. Honestly, looking at the 10-step process, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go through the rest of them real quick.
Okay. So after Essence, it looks like you're supposed to put on other treatments that target what you're trying to fix on your face, whether it be like acne or wrinkles. So this is maybe where your
This is where my wrinkle cream comes in.
And then afterwards, sheet masks, so face masks. And then eye cream, moisturizer, and sun protection, which I actually.
Oh my god, this is a process you do in the morning.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I pick and choose when I want to use
Oh no,
certain
my
things.
morning process is face wash, and usually with water, because you don't want to get too abrasive, right? If you use like some cleaner at night and then use it again in the morning when all you've been doing is like sleeping in bed, it could be abrasive to your skin. So I usually just use water, and then I use the toner again, and then I use moisturizer. But I have been more aware of
SPF?
sunblock, because a lot of like if you get moisturizers, they have SPF in it, but it's only 15, and ideally you should get a 60.
Oh,
on your face?
Yeah. On it for a daily wear. I think especially for Asian women, our skin is more susceptible to sunspots, is what someone told me when I went for a facial randomly for like the second time in my life. So
That's true, actually.
but the thing about like sunblock that you have to be careful is I feel like a lot of them that are higher powered smell really bad.
Or it's like super oily.
And they're, they're either oily or they're chalky.
Yeah.
So I think Shiseido makes a really good one. I was trying to explore another brand, but yeah, it smelled weird.
I found one called, hold on, I need to look this up. I think it's like Biore. Oh yeah, Biore UV. Found it in Japan. It's a blue bottle. That one's really good. Like it goes on your skin and just feels like it absorbs and completely goes away. It's not
sounds so
oily
nice.
afterwards.
Another popular thing is there's powder. It's like translucent powder SPF.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I think Sephora has some, but I haven't bought it. But a few years ago, it was really popular. So it's an option.
Cool. So it sounds like we're all somewhat terrible at taking care of our skin.
We're learning.
We're learning.
Oh wait, the
trying to
eye
help you
cream. The
guys
eye
too.
cream though. I do want to. So for ladies, the moment you start wearing eye makeup, usually is when you should start using some sort of eye cream. Most of us probably don't do that. I did not. I just started using eye cream like 3 months ago. But it is like the skin around your eyes is the most thin and sensitive, and anything like once that wrinkles, I think other parts of your skin it's easier to revitalize, but once that wrinkles, it's hard to get back. Although I actually kind of feel like I used to say when I was younger that I wanted to embrace aging like gracefully. Like I feel like lines could be, it's like a sign of like wisdom and stuff.
Such a Janet
comment.
Such a Janet comment.
So I don't know, but I still, I think it's like good to take care of your skin, but.
Jenny, your skin is amazing.
And I'm literally, it's funny because I'm literally staring at your eye area because you have my
I have
eye
like
cream.
crow's feet that.
Do you feel like your eye cream has helped that?
Yeah.
That's okay. I still have crow's feet, but I do feel like when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, but this was in the context when over the holidays I had like wine with my girlfriend, and usually when we wake up in the morning you look like you drank, and I looked like fresh, and I was like, oh, I think this is because of the wrinkle cream or the eye cream.
Versus not drinking wine every night.
But yeah, I don't know. It's only been a couple months, so I'll see. But I do overall like the quality of my skin feels more moisturized because I have a problem with drier skin, which is why I started like looking into more.
Right.
So I don't know if it's helping with the wrinkles, but hydration is helping.
I heard like you have to drink a lot of water too, just for your skin to be hydrated and very clear.
Oh, that was another topic Helen and I brought up, right? Skincare isn't just about topical;
It's what
it's
you
also
eat
what
and
you
drink.
eat,
What you
right?
ingest,
And
yes.
But there's one thing I do want to bring up. All these things like cleanser and like toner, they are pretty pricey depending on
They are,
what the quality of the product you want. And also depends on your skin type. Like, to be honest, for me, I stick with just the basic moisturizer because I think my skin, I don't have that many wrinkles because I'm still
you look very youthful.
Yeah.
It's genetics. Like my grandma
for
has
sure.
really good skin and
Yeah.
I could use a bar soap and be fine.
How about you try that?
That is a good point, though, Mel, about how expensive it can be. And I think for some of our younger listeners, and this is because I definitely, in exploring, I'm still price conscious. Like, I'm not ready to drop like hundreds of dollars a month for facial care stuff. So the toner that I mentioned, Thayer's, is like $8 on Amazon.
That's pretty good.
I think the cleansing water, like Garnier or L'Oreal, is also like $10, $11, and it doubles as makeup and like face wash. And then Oil of Olay, I feel like, is a pretty affordable moisturizer that I've used for a while, and I think it works pretty well. But I don't know. I think it's, everyone has different skin, so it's going to depend on on your skin.
I feel like we spend so much money though to try to figure out or find which ones actually work for us. It's like, I just wish I knew.
Yeah. But it's good to explore maybe when you're younger, so then, as you age, you'll know kind of how your skin responds to what types of products, or if you're more oily or more dry.
Right. Yeah, definitely start. I wish I started earlier, so it's more preventative than now, like reactive.
right, so let's talk about hair. We actually got a request asking us to talk about hairstyles and hair trends for women.
So currently, since we are on a podcast and you can't see us, I have dyed hair. Mel also has dyed hair, and it's a balayage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you guys
brownish,
both have a balayage.
Yeah.
Goldenish.
Well, yours is more ashy because I think your color's more fresh. Because I haven't actually got my hair colored in like 6 months because I'm saving up to get my hair colored again because it's freaking expensive.
Yeah, it's an investment.
It is.
And then Janet over here has beautiful, sleek, black,
My
non-damaged,
short virgin hair.
virgin hair. Yes.
That's not dyed at all, Janet.
No. I've dyed my hair one time in college, and it was like a small strip underneath that I bleached and then dyed purple.
That was such the trend, actually. Just to have one chunk of hair.
One chunk of hair, a color. But that's the only time. You know, honestly, I've thought about it quite a bit in the last year, especially. But I'm kind of afraid of the upkeep. Because like the investment and the time, and I feel like I'm not sure what I would look like with like different colors. So I don't know.
So when did you guys dye your hair? So did you say in high school you dyed your
college?
In college,
Oh, really?
Okay.
Because my sister actually, she would dye her own hair a lot. So then I just like one night I did it with her basically. But I've never gotten it professionally dyed.
I'm trying to remember for me if my first time was professionally done or like from a box, but I think I actually got it done for the first time in Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
It's so I went to the salon. They just colored my hair like this reddish brown, and I kept it that way. But I maintained it with a box when I was back in the States.
But why did you want to do it? What drove you to do it?
Maybe it's just because my peers were starting to dye their hair. Actually, it was in middle school.
Yeah.
So it just started then. And then also in Taiwan, all the girls, all the hair is dyed. All the pop stars, everyone on the streets, like no one has black hair. Actually, sorry. Now, as I talk about it, I'm remembering my uncle who works in fashion was like, "Look, Mel, look around you. No one has black hair. It'd be fun for you to try something new." So he's the one that actually recommended for me to try different colored hair. So I went in. He was the reason why I tried it.
I think I started dyeing my hair in high school out of a box. It was like
so your first time was
box.
like doing it by yourself.
Yeah. So it was, I think, me and my sister, and we just dyed each other's hair. And I don't think my mom knew because she wouldn't have let us do it. So it was probably when she was at work.
Oh, really? But didn't she see the color when she came back?
Yeah, and then she got really mad at us. But what can you do?
Do you remember what color you chose for the first time?
Brown. But it was like when you're younger, you can't really maintain it as much. So it turns into that like dry, like hay-like orange hair.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting. So I rocked that for a little bit.
Did you have to, what do you call that? When you strip the hair of the color?
Bleach?
Bleach it first.
I think you always do. When you're turning black to...
Yeah, because it's going to a lighter color, right?
But the thing is, when you're younger and you just do it from the box, you just use a box color.
That's true.
Like you don't like...
So then your hair, like it took in the brown?
It didn't come through as much, but you like keep trying to buy more boxes and then you just feel terrible about yourself because you don't have money when you're younger. And you're just like, what am I doing?
I always get the coupons. But you know, one thing I remembered as a child when we used to get the box coloring, you'd buy like a much lighter color because you knew your hair was darker. So I bought like a more like a blonde color to try to get the brown color.
But it was always scary because like, what if that color actually shows up?
Yeah,
like we didn't know. We're not hairstylists,
right?
We don't know.
But I think as I got older, I learned a little bit more about the hair coloring process because like I recently, I think like just a year ago, I decided to dye my hair again. I went virgin hair for about 2 to 3 years, and I was like, you know what? Like I'm really tired of this dark hair color because so my hair naturally is really thick and my hair is really dark. So it's like I looked at the mirror and I was like, holy shit, I'm fucking wearing a Halloween wig. Like I was like, this looks horrible and my skin's so fair. I was like, I'm like a fucking witch. So I was like, you know what? I really want to try balayage. And I think I asked Helen for a salon. So she actually recommended the salon and I found the stylist. And so as she was giving me the balayage, she was telling me the process of it and how nowadays, like, the box products are actually really bad because if you think about it, you do have to bleach your hair to get that color. So that's one process. After you bleach, they have to go back in with like the color or the toner. So imagine a box doing all those things for your hair. So how much like chemicals and all these things are in that box. So after hearing that, I was like, oh shit, I think I gotta stick with going to the salon. Like, I don't want to like fuck up my hair.
Right.
But it's like Janet said, it's an upkeep. It's expensive and like
and sometimes you have to go back and like do it a couple of times in order to get the
color
that you want. And
because
each time you pay like $400.
Yeah, especially when I go lighter, it's much more expensive. And usually your hairstylist will tell you like this, so they bleach your hair, but they'll check in on the hair, like your strand of hair, to see how far you could go without it breaking. Because the bleach will damage your hair, so you have to check it. And if it's already done, you have to go back in for another session.
Have you guys ever cried from a hair dyeing session.
I think you did. You were no, actually Helen did get pissed at a recent hair session.
Because I went in and I wanted like a very light color. Almost like a brownish, silver-ish, like ashy color. And I went in with like a brown, kind of light still, and I came out with like black hair and purple on top. And I was like,
whoa, that's not at all what you...
Yeah.
I think anyone would have been like, refund?
Yeah, or like that was 6 hours of my time.
Yeah.
And I paid over $400 for
That's another
this
thing.
hair.
6 hours. Like, it takes so long.
It takes a long time. And I was like, this is not what I wanted. I paid for this and I paid tip. And I was like,
and it's
annoyed.
And you know changed though?
It did.
Okay,
so the thing is, it did change over time. What she was saying was actually correct, that she didn't want to damage my hair by having the color come out faster, and that over time the purple would turn into a blondish color.
Yeah, I noticed my sister had that too. She also did balayage, and when she first got it done, over the course of like the next couple of months, it like went into what it should look like. So yeah.
But the initial shock of it is just like, oh my god, this is not what I wanted.
Right.
And it's hard when they don't communicate that to you as you're doing the process.
Yeah.
And I think I had so many moments when I had a hair dye or a haircut, and I didn't know how to bring it up to the stylist. Because it's like their personal work, and then you feel like, and they also feel like they're the specialist and you're not,
right?
And it's like, how do you bring this up without being like a bitch?
Yeah.
Or ungrateful, or you know,
what is your style when you go and get your hair done? Are you one of those people that comes in with like exact photos and you're like, I want it this cut, this color, or are you more like, I want you to do whatever you think looks good?
No.
I have a Pinterest board, and I ask for a price breakdown and everything.
Oh, you asked for a price breakdown?
I was like, how much is gonna? Because I don't want to be like, oh shit.
True. That's true.
Yeah. Well, also because like I think for me, like hair is something I kind of reward myself with. That means putting money aside to make sure I can afford that. So I need to ask how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Another thing to think about when you get your hair colored is the products they recommend for you to use after. Like for women, for Asian hair, you must get blue shampoo depending on like the color, because like Helen said when she was in high school, when you dye your hair, you have the red brassy color comes out. The blue shampoo takes out the red brassy pigments versus like if you have blonde hair, it's a different color pigment. So blue shampoo works the best for Asian hair. And then my hairstylist recommended me using a purple conditioner or a purple hair mask to condition, because your hair is so dried out. So like all these things like cost extra money versus your usual like Dove shampoo or Pantene. So like another thing to consider when you're dyeing your hair.
Right.
Janet's like, yep, I'm not going to spend any money on that. I like my short, natural hair.
That sounds very emotional and dramatic and expensive.
Well, so dyeing aside, what about hair cutting? Do you guys tend to kind of stay with the style? Have you explored different styles? And I think this is a big topic for some women, where guys tend to enjoy longer hair, and if a girl likes shorter hair, like there's kind of gender
you're right,
things, you know, kind of layered in there.
That sounds like something that you faced, Janet, with shorter hair. Tell us.
Because you were honestly, Janet has short hair, and
but it looks great.
It looks good on her.
Yeah.
So here's I've learned over the years that I like short hair on myself, and women generally tell me they like short hair on me, but guys will almost always say, well, they won't say you look better with long hair, but it'll be in nuanced ways, like, oh, you're growing your hair out, in a good way, you know, or like soon your hair will be long again, like.
Wait,
are
these guys that you meet for the first time on dates, or like guys that you've known for a long
I mean,
period of
either
time?
guys that I dated or just like guy friends.
Okay.
So it's not even, it's just more, and there's nothing, I understand, I think for men that they, you know, generally like the longer hair, but I think also for women then it means culturally, it's easier to feel feminine when you have longer hair. And I have faced situations where like if I got a shorter haircut that was a little bit too short, or like the style is a little bit like very non-feminine, it is challenging to like
feel hot.
And you learn that like I start to like compensate with more makeup and you know and stuff like that. But I mean I still at the end of the day like I like short hair more. But I think I don't know for the other girls out there who do have short hair who are thinking about going short, I think it's always a good experience to like try to do that. And I've pushed myself where I've gotten like really short hair because I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could feel like to still feel feminine and to still be able to like. You know, with that, because the hair grows back, you know, like it takes like.
I know, like she's such an ABG. Like I give you like mad props though, because like the only thing I would spend money on really like is hair. Growing up, my mom would take me to hair salons, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's great, he's cheap," and then I would come out the salon crying all the time. Aww. And there's one time when I walked out, he cut my hair like a mom cut. Like
I know what the short. I used to go to the salon with my mom too.
Right?
Like,
It was like literally like
curves into your neck.
Exactly. And I was a 4th grader at this time. So I was like, I remember going to class the next day wearing my hood, and I was crying. I was so like ashamed. So ever since that experience, I'm like, fuck it. I need to find a good hairstylist. I don't care how much I'll pay. Because I think it helps me feel more confident in my like looks.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I do think it's a huge part of like women's identity, self-identity.
Right. Do you ever wonder, because there are nowadays a lot of Asian women and also men who do dye their hair. Do you feel like there's like some sort of a political stance almost behind it, where it's us trying to be more assimilated into like a white, like Eurocentric culture?
I feel like it can be a very gray line. I mostly err, or I think that most people, kind of like Mel is mentioning, you're not necessarily thinking about the social or political statement you're making. You're kind of like, you're in Taiwan and you see a trend. It's more like fashion based, I feel like. At least some of my friends, like in high school, Asian girls that would dye their hair or like highlights, and they would wear colored contacts. I felt like it was less about trying to look like a white person and more like because they saw their friends were doing it. The way that you might like bell bottoms were popular kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think it is a really interesting, I wonder if there are like any listeners that we have that where you've maybe dyed your hair or changed your look in some way in order to like feel like it's more of like fitting in.
So do you feel like it's almost when we dye our hair, or when, Asian girls wear colored contacts, which is a huge thing now, actually, like circle lenses and darker eyes or brighter eyes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's appropriating white looks?
Right.
Because even, I know, like Jeremy Lin, when he had his braids and dreadlocks, there was another guy, he criticized Jeremy Lin of wanting to look black. Right.
And I really liked Jeremy's response.
Yeah. So he said, at the end of the day, I appreciate that I have dreads and you have Chinese tattoos, because I think it's a sign of respect. And I think as minorities, the more we appreciate other cultures, the more we influence mainstream society.
Yeah. And I think that is a great way to look at it. I think as long as no one is outwardly being insulted, because usually if you're doing it, you're not trying to insult the other culture, right? It's like you like that look or you like that style. So in some ways, it's like you sporting it yourself is an homage, I guess.
I guess at the end of the day, it's all about intention. Like, what is your intention of doing something like that?
Have you guys ever had someone come up to you because of your hair color, or like if you were in colored contacts or something, and say like, I'm offended?
No, never.
Yeah, not for me either.
You bring up a good point. I'm trying to think about like why we would actually dye our hair.
You know what it is? I think it is like maybe like very subtle cues from when we were younger. Like when we were younger, we played with Barbie dolls that were blonde hair and like, or just white and maybe brown hair, but we never had dolls. Like nowadays, there are a lot of more ethnically diverse Barbie dolls for kids to play with, versus we didn't have that. So maybe it was something that was ingrained in us, and then people started dyeing their hair, and we saw other Asian girls dye their hair, and we're like, oh, that looks good. And so then we start doing it, and then it gets picked up and accelerated.
Yeah, because why blonde versus like other colors? Right. I don't know. Well, I guess there was that whole like trend of like purple for a while, like the unicorn.
The silver hair was popular. Because for me, when I think about dyeing hair, it came from the Japanese culture, because like Japanese people, like they're known for their like crazy hairstyles and being on trend. Right. So for me, when I was younger, that's what I looked at. Now I never looked at American like white like hairstyles or just like their ideas of beauty and hair, and I use that for my style. I always looked at Asian hair, Asian hairstyles to like, and I bring pictures of Asian hairstyles to my stylist.
It depends on if you're around a lot of other Asian American women doing this, and it's like you're more emulating them than you are emulating someone of a different culture.
I feel like almost at the end of the day, like we're in America, we're becoming this huge just like melting pot that we're just gonna share all these different, I like how you do your hair, and I'm gonna have my hair the same way, because just physically I think that's attractive, or without it being appropriating a person's culture. But there's a line there, a pretty fine line of like,
no, I think, and it's good to be aware and to think about, because I think most people don't think about that because we're so far removed from kind of the history of it.
I think as you get older, you learn how to deal with like expectation with your hair and your skin. And it's like, because when you're younger, you just get really dramatic. Holy shit, my hair is so ugly. But now it's like learning, doing your research on what products to buy for your skin,
Right.
what hairstyles to go to, and bringing the right resources like Pinterest boards for your hairstyles to use. So I think as you get older, you learn how to navigate this hairstyle and beauty world much better than you were when you were 19, right? Or 16.
I feel like it's a lot easier now too with like YouTube videos and social media and just the web.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can search for things.
Totally.
But if it does still happen that you get a bad haircut, it's going to grow out. It's going to grow
or
back.
a bad dye job, it'll grow out too.
And plus, there's so many cute hats nowadays that you could start a new trend.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, our beauty decisions and what we use and what we do, it's very unique to ourselves. Mel has a 1-2-step skincare product. We have a little bit more. There should be like an 11 to 12-step process. Who knows? You kind of just along this journey of figuring out what works for your skin, your hairstyle. It is a difficult journey and it could be a very traumatic one sometimes, but we all go through it. So part of this episode is for us to share our experiences with our listeners. You're not the only one going through this stuff.
Definitely. And also, if you do have any stories or any products you would recommend to us or to the rest of the ABG community, please shoot them our way.
You can write us at asianbossgirl@gmail.com. Visit our website, asianbossgirl.com. Also find us on iTunes. Leave us a review if you've enjoyed this episode and subscribe so we'll just pop up in your feed. Thanks so much for listening and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye!